What if the strongest person in the room was the one everyone ignored? At a busy gym in Texas, a confident black belt mocked a quiet cleaning lady and challenged her to a fight as a joke. The crowd laughed. But seconds later, the entire gym fell silent after witnessing something no one expected. This inspiring story proves that true strength isn't always visible and that respect should never be based on someone's job or appearance. Before we begin, make sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on the notification bell so you never miss another powerful story. Now sit back, relax, and let's get started. The Iron Forge Gym in Dallas, Texas buzzed with energy from the moment its doors opened. Heavy bags swung rhythmically as fighters practiced combinations, coaches barked instructions across the mats, and the sharp sound of gloves striking pads echoed through the building. It was the final day of the gym's annual open house event, where local athletes demonstrated their skills before a crowd of members, families, and curious visitors. Phones were held high to capture every exciting moment, and everyone expected the afternoon to revolve around Marcus Kane, one of the gym's most celebrated black belts. Marcus had built a reputation that extended far beyond the city. With several regional championships under his belt and a social media following that admired both his skill and confidence, he enjoyed being the center of attention. Dressed in a spotless black G with his black belt tied perfectly around his waist, he greeted fans, posed for photos, and joked loudly with anyone willing to listen. His confidence often crossed into arrogance, but the audience loved his showmanship. And Marcus knew exactly how to keep them entertained. While everyone focused on Marcus, another figure quietly moved through the gym unnoticed. Rosa Bennett, a 52-year-old cleaning lady, pushed her mop bucket slowly across the polished floor. She wore a faded blue maintenance uniform, comfortable sneakers, and simple work gloves. Every morning before sunrise, she cleaned the locker rooms, disinfected the equipment, and made sure the training mats were spotless before the first class arrived. She stayed late every evening, silently finishing her work long after the last students had gone home. Most members appreciated that the gym was always clean, but very few knew the woman responsible for it. Rosa rarely spoke unless someone greeted her first. She smiled politely, wished members a good day, and returned to her work without drawing attention to herself. To the fighters, she was simply the cleaning lady. No one asked about her past. No one wondered why she carried herself with remarkable balance or why her posture remained perfectly straight despite hours of physical labor. Those small details escaped almost everyone. As Marcus prepared for another demonstration, he noticed Rosa wiping down the edge of the training mat. A mischievous grin spread across his face. "You know what?" he announced loudly, making sure everyone could hear him. "I've already beaten every challenger in this gym. Maybe I should fight our cleaning lady instead." The crowd burst into laughter. "Yeah!" someone shouted from the back. "Give her a black belt!" Another spectator laughed. "She'll probably surrender before the bell rings." Marcus soaked in the laughter, enjoying every second of the attention. He walked toward Rosa with exaggerated confidence, holding out a spare pair of training gloves. "Come on," he said with a mocking smile. 1 minute. "That's all? It'll give everyone something funny to watch." The gym suddenly grew quieter as dozens of eyes turned toward Rosa. Some people looked uncomfortable, realizing the joke had gone too far, while others eagerly waited to see what would happen next. Rosa stopped mopping. She slowly leaned the mop against the wall, removed her worn cleaning gloves, and looked calmly at Marcus. There was no anger in her expression, no embarrassment, and no fear. She simply studied him for a moment before accepting the gloves. "If this is only friendly sparring," she said softly, "then I accept." Her calm response surprised everyone. The gym owner immediately stepped forward. "Rosa, you don't have to do this," he said carefully. She offered him a reassuring smile. "I'll be fine," Marcus laughed confidently. "Don't worry," he said, tightening his gloves. "I'll go easy on you." As Rosa stepped onto the training mat, several older members sitting near the wall suddenly exchanged puzzled glances. One retired coach narrowed his eyes, watching the way she walked, the way she stood, and the way she naturally raised her hands. Leaning toward another instructor, he whispered quietly, "I've seen that stance before, And if I'm right, Marcus has no idea what he's just started. Marcus attacked carefully, using clean combinations and controlled footwork. Rosa answered with effortless defense. She blocked one strike, redirected another, and stepped around every kick with incredible precision. Her movements were smooth and economical, proving that true mastery wasn't about speed or strength. It was about timing and patience. For nearly a minute, Marcus couldn't land a clean hit. Finally, Rosa made her move. As Marcus threw a straight right hand, she caught his wrist with one hand, gently guided his balance forward, and used a simple foot sweep that every beginner learns but few ever perfect. Marcus lost his footing and landed flat on the padded mat. There was no violence, no unnecessary force, and no attempt to embarrass him. It was a textbook technique executed with flawless precision. The timer buzzed. The match was over. For several seconds, nobody moved. Then the entire gym erupted into applause. The loudest cheers came from the same people who had laughed at Rosa only minutes before. Some of them lowered their heads in embarrassment, realizing how quickly they had judged someone by her job instead of her character. Marcus remained on the mat before slowly standing. He removed his gloves, walked directly to Rosa, and bowed deeply. "I'm sorry," he said sincerely. "I came here wanting everyone to admire my skills, but today you taught me something much more important." Rosa smiled kindly. "A black belt isn't a license to feel superior," she replied. "It's a reminder that no matter how much you learn, there's always someone who can teach you humility." The gym owner stepped forward with tears in his eyes. "Rosa," he said, "why have you never told anyone you were a champion?" She looked around the spotless gym she had cleaned every day for years. "Because championships don't define who I am anymore," she answered. "Life gave me a family to care for. When my husband became ill, trophies couldn't pay hospital bills. Honest work did. Cleaning this gym has never been beneath me. Every job done with integrity deserves respect." Her words left the room speechless. Several students approached Rosa, asking if she would consider teaching them. The elderly coach smiled proudly, knowing that true martial arts had finally returned to the gym, not through flashy victories, but through wisdom. The following week, the gym owner offered Rosa a permanent position as a self-defense instructor in addition to her regular job. She accepted on one condition. Every new student would spend their first lesson cleaning the training mats before learning a single technique. When someone asked why, Rosa simply smiled. Because respect is the first lesson in every martial art. Months later, visitors entering Iron Forge Gym noticed a framed photograph hanging near the entrance. It showed Marcus and Rosa standing side by side after their match, both smiling with mutual respect. Beneath the picture was a simple message that every student read before stepping onto the mat. Never underestimate someone because of their job. True strength is revealed through humility, kindness, and character, not appearances.